Hey, welcome to the Doctor's Den. Scaling a business is exciting, right? New markets, bigger teams, more revenue. But here's the thing, growth isn't always smooth. It can often feel super chaotic, but it doesn't have to be that way. Growth should strengthen your company and its culture, not break them. So today I want to discuss how to scale smarter by managing change the right way. I'm Dr. David Leitner, and I'm here to share how you can scale without losing the heart of your company. When businesses grow, the day-to-day changes, and your values, they need to evolve and refine. Think of your values like the roots of a tree. As the tree grows taller and the branches expand, the roots grow deeper and adapt. They have to support it. If your values don't adapt to the new scale and challenges, you risk losing alignment on your teams and the essence of what makes your company unique. So if we take a small startup that values transparency, for instance, as they grow, they might add layers of management or more structured communication. They're probably going to have to define and delineate clear roles with responsibilities, authorities, and metrics. But if transparency isn't prioritized, employees are going to feel out of the loop, trust is going to erode. So keeping values front and center ensures alignment no matter how big you get. So as a company scales, think of your vision as a tree of knowledge that grows with your team. The roots represent some core values, inspiration. The trunk symbolizes the shared mission and strategy that holds everything together. But the branches, those are your mutual objectives. They grow outwards as your employees and leadership collaborate. By nurturing the tree, you ensure that your company's growth isn't just structural, but meaningful and aligned with your values. Now, we know that change is inevitable. The way you communicate that change will either break trust or build it. And uncertainty breeds fear. People won't just be asking, hey, what's happening? They're really going to be asking, what does this change mean for me? You have to answer that question before they even ask it. So when you announce changes and discuss how the organization is going to scale, it's important to start with some clear objectives. Explain what's happening, why it's happening, and most importantly, how will it impact different roles within the company. This is especially true for people who are going from super small team, 10 people, and all of a sudden we're looking to grow. Clear objectives create a sense of stability because employees know exactly what is expected of them and how they're going to fit into the bigger picture and the new picture. When people understand the role they play, it ignites a sense of drive and purpose, and they're not just part of the change, they're part of its success story. And you should think of it as a story. So for example, if your company is adopting some new technology as part of this process to streamline workflows, you don't just announce the tool, hey, we bought this new tool. Outline how it's going to help your employees, like reducing manual tasks or improving collaboration. And after you've shared specific benefits for the different teams and individuals, let them know you want to hear from them about how they see the program being used as you grow. When the people see the what and the why about a decision that's been made, and it's been clearly laid out, it's easier for them to embrace the change instead of resisting it. And it might actually allow them to understand what their part is in helping improve and incorporate new ideas, new concepts, and new technologies. Now, scaling can feel like you're riding a roller coaster. Thrilling for some, terrifying for others. That would be me. And along the way, there are a lot of ups and downs. But as a leader, your job isn't just to set the pace, it's to make sure that everybody feels secure during the ride. So you gotta hold regular Q&A sessions and even create anonymous feedback channels where people can share really how they're feeling. And most importantly, you have to be willing to listen. Small businesses that scale successfully, they make sure their employees feel heard, not overlooked. It's when you focus on this engaged strategic followership that really helps to keep the process on course. Strategic followership is an essential part of this equation. It's not just about leaders making decisions. It's about assuring that those decisions are informed by the insights by the insights and the experience of the team. This is the core concept of the shared strategy that bridges between leaders and followers. When employees understand the overarching vision and the objectives and goals and see how their contribution matters, they become much more invested in the success of the organization and the process of scaling that they are going through. This shared strategy, it becomes the glue that holds the company together during this time of transformation. Now, one way to foster this is by encouraging employees to think of themselves as co-creators in the process of scaling. So, for example, if a team identifies a potential bottleneck in a new process, don't just have them bring the issue to you, but invite them to propose solutions. Empower employees to be part of the decision-making process, not only to strengthen their buy-in, but also to ensure that the changes that you're making as you grow and scale are practical and well-informed. Now, another important aspect to consider is balancing between immediate goals and long-term vision. Scaling often brings short-term pressures, tight deadlines, stretched resources, and it's absolutely vital to keep the big picture in mind. A metaphor I often like to use for this is think of it as building a ship while you're already at sea. The immediate repairs and adjustments are crucial, but so is steering towards your destination. You can't lose sight of where you want your company to go, even as you address the different challenges of the moment. Think of some of the great movies we've seen where, ships have been hit by another ship or hit a storm, and they have to make repairs along the way. Well, that's part of it. As employees see their ideas come to life or understand why certain ideas aren't being accepted, it'll help them to really understand and continue feeling aligned. And it can give them a sense of personal connection and ownership to the changes that are impacting their role. So scaling a business is a balancing act. It's about growth and stability, vision and values that have been sort of set in stone, leadership and listening. So I want to review a few actionable steps that I've discussed as you guide your scaling journey. Don't be afraid to refine your values. As your company grows, you're going to have to revisit and refine some core values and ensure they support the changes you're making and align with the new challenges and opportunities that come with scaling. And share those changes to your values with your people. See how they respond. Communicate clearly. Don't just share what's happening, explain why it's happening, outline how changes will impact different roles, and give your team a clear understanding of their place in the bigger picture. Give them roles to strive for in the future. Give them something to dream for. This reduces uncertainty and it builds a tremendous amount of trust. Foster collaboration. Invite employees to co-create in the scaling process. Encourage them to identify bottlenecks, propose solutions, have them write down processes, revise and refine those processes. This ensures practical, informed changes while strengthening their sense of ownership. Balance immediate goals and long-term vision. Address short-term challenges, but you gotta remember to stay focused on that long-term vision. Steer towards your destination, but you gotta be willing to make adjustments along the way to your route as you need to. Now, as we're doing all this, we have to remember that those clear feedback channels are super important. The regular Q&A sessions and honest feedback tools are invaluable. But most important, just listening to your team's insights builds trust, and it ensures that decisions you're making are well-rounded and effective. Now, these are all tactics you can use to be better equipped as you scale your business without losing what makes you unique. They're part of a specific objective in your scaling process. That's creating a culture of growth through followership. But that's one of many, many objectives that you're going to have to integrate into your strategy as you scale your organization with purpose and vision. If you'd like to learn more about how you can grow smarter and not just faster, you can check out my blog, which is in the comments section. Thank you for tuning in to this live event. Reach out if you want to discuss how you can scale without chaos. Let's scale together without losing what makes your business truly unique. See you next time. Thank you for joining us in the Doctor's Den. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you next time.